Marketing your service accommodation business is so important, and it is one of the key things that I don't think many people do. They rely on Airbnb, Booking.com, and these other OTA platforms rather than actually bringing the clients into their business themselves. But one thing that people are missing a lot of is you've already got an existing client base. You've already got people's contact information from when they've stayed in your property previously. How do we now use this information to allow people to book again with us in the future, to come back, to book with us direct, to remove that 15 to 20% that Airbnb charge or Booking.com charge and get them to be our own customers? Rather than being a customer of Airbnb, we need to make these customers our own. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can start using email marketing and integrating your current client base into a system that's going to allow you to get more direct bookings. My name's Adam Hindley. I am a property entrepreneur that's been working in the service accommodation space for the last 4.5 years. And over 60% of our bookings over the last 2 months of this year have been directly through our business. That's removing Airbnb, that's removing Booking.com, and that's getting people to book with us directly, which is huge. This makes your business so much more sustainable, because if Airbnb and Booking.com shut their doors tomorrow, you've still got a client base and you've still got people within your business that are going to understand how your business works, the quality of the product and the properties that you've got, and allow them to get longer term bookings. So I'm going to dive into this in a little bit more detail, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to set this up on a fundamental basis. But if you're going to want to learn about how to do this properly and really dive into it a little bit more, it's going to take more than just a YouTube video to do this. And this is why I've got a link down to our school community, which you can join for free. You can get a 7-day free trial. So head over there if you're interested in how to add AI and how to automate your service accommodation business to the next level, because this is only touching the surface of the things that we're going to do. So I'm going to share my screen here and we're going to dive in. So here is my channel management system. This is HostAway, and there's loads of different channel management systems out there. I'm not telling you to pick a particular one. I know this works with HostAway because it's the system that we use, but I'm sure that your different channel management systems will integrate into the softwares that we need. And there's 3 key softwares that we need here. There's the channel management system, there's a connection tool, which we're going to use called Zapier, and then there's a CRM system, which I'm using one called Multi-Hub, which is purpose built for service accommodation. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a little bit. So one thing that is really important to know is something that you're going to need is a little bit of a knowledge of an API key. So an API key is just basically a little bit of code and just a formulation of like numbers and letters that allows systems to speak to each other. So if you go onto your channel management system, you go maybe into settings and find an area that talks about integrations, you're going to find something called webhooks and API keys. And these are the things that you're going to need to understand and you're going to need to know a little bit more about. And again, if this all sounds complicated, within our services in the school community, we do have a done for you method as well. All you need to do is join the school community. You can book in a call with me and I can talk you through how to integrate all of these things. But you're going to need a webhook. This is basically when a certain action happens, so a reservation is made within your property, your webhook is sending information somewhere. So another system can catch that information and can pull that information in. And this is really important, because certain systems that don't speak to each other normally will now be able to speak to each other. So once you've created and you've got that webhook, all you do is add a webhook, put the URL in there, all the listings, all the channels, enable it, and then you can put your login details of everything there. It's really like quite simple and straightforward to do. And I will do a full kind of step-by-step on how to do this in the future. So make sure you're subscribed and that you watch out for that video. The system that we're going to use to connect all this together is a system called Zapier. So Zapier is a great tool that connects with so many different things. Look, like HostAway, we've got it here, we've got this channel management, you might use Zeevoo, you've got this channel management system, you might use Guesty, like it's there as well. All of these different systems are going to be speaking to each other, and it's a great way of looking at it. It's a great way of doing it. I'm going to go into this here and show you some of the zaps that we've got. So we've got a new booking, and the new booking, then what happens here, a new reservation happens. We have some filters in here, but you don't need to worry about them right now. This, then the new booking is basically the information. So we can see this here. If I go and edit the zap, and I'll show you here, we go on the new booking that comes through HostAway. Then you can basically, you pick a previous reservation. So we'll just pull this person's information here to select this record. And that's then going to pull in all of this different data. So if I show you here from this one here, it's going to pull in all of this different data, like what was the channel that it came through. So this one came through Booking.com. What is the the names of the guest, what is the email address, what is the phone number, what is the date of check-in, what is the date of checkout, what is the phone number, all of this different information that then you can pull and put into your CRM system for you to use however you want in terms of how you market your business in the right way. So that's really key there. You need to have that step and make sure that that step's come in for the new or an updated reservation. And then we come to how we link that to our CRM system, being the multi-hub system. So we use a variation called Lead Connector, which allows us to pull all this information in. As you can see, guest first name, guest last name, phone number, email address. We can also pull in like different bits in here, like what is the departure date, and that's quite important, because if we're wanting to launch like email marketing after someone stays in the property, then we can use this data to be like, once this date has been hit, now you can start sending emails. And I'll show you the automation process that we've got through the CRM system, everything there. We've got the check-in date if we want to do anything about like a check-in email the day after they arrive, or a check-in message through WhatsApp or something like that. We can integrate all of these systems into it all here. And I know this might seem like really, really high level to start out with, but it's really simple once you kind of dive into it and you go step by step into it. And all of these things are great. And then what I tend to do from that point there is go, okay, well, I'm going to send a message to my Slack channel. So you might have seen, if you follow me on Instagram or you're a part of any of my communities or anything, that I post like little messages that show the details about the bookings, like the length of the stay, how many nights the stay was, the total booking reservation, or like on what channel or platform that came through. That then sends into our Slack channel to keep us an update on that. And it's more for me for social media purposes, but it's a great reason for us to be able to do this. So obviously what that does is then puts these automations into our multi-hub. Multi-hub is a great CRM system. And as you can see here on the contacts page here, we've got information about business stay, also with the tag of previous guest, another business stay, leisure, previous guest, leisure, business, leisure, blah, 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 blah. We know the reason why the person is staying in our property and how we can email market to them even better as well. So what this system then allows us to do is, once they are in here and once they're tagged in our system, we can use automations. And this might take a little bit of time again to build out, but once it's built and it's done, it is done. And it is a great way of doing things. So if we look at this post-business stay nurture sequence that we've got here. So this is another kind of, you see, it's similar to like what we had on Zapier there, of that we have a trigger event that happens. So the trigger event here is that a custom date has been hit. So one day after the checkout date. So if we have a look at this, we know that the host away checkout date is X, meaning that, okay, one day after that, and if they have a tag of business stay, then we know that our email marketing campaign is going to get triggered and is going to get going with it. So we can add the tag of previous guest, we can remove certain tags if needed, and then we can send them certain emails that we've created. So my first email, always about asking for a review. You can see what the kind of the email looks like here. Let me zoom in a little bit and show you. Obviously it's going to look a little bit blurry, but thanks for the stay, and then it customizes the email to each person. So obviously they custom the person's first name. Thank you for staying. Please leave us a review on whatever platform you booked with. If you book direct, leave us a review on Google. And then it's some images of the property. And then the key bit here about getting more direct bookings in the future, for your next trip, or if you're coming back to the area for work, claim 10% off by booking with us directly. We can have that here so that they can use that code, and you can put a discount code in a direct booking website, or you can get them to send to like a web page where, similar to like our website here, which is also hosted in HostAway, to then get them to inquire about a future stay as well. This is the things that you need to be doing about leveling up your service accommodation business, because people aren't doing this. So then what I do after that as well is I send them a request for a review on WhatsApp. So we've got their phone number already, and we can send them a review request on WhatsApp using the link there. And then literally I have got email after email after email. So this person that stayed with us in our property, they will get 12 weeks of email nurture after they've stayed in our property. That is an email like once every like 4 or 5 days to basically prompt them to be like, next time you're thinking about booking accommodation anywhere in the country, you come to me. And this is what we're trying to create with it. And you can see here we've got a few people. There's 2 people that have checked out recently that are at the 4-week nurture phase. There's another person there's a 1-week nurture phase. Another 2 people there that are like all these bookings that are coming through are at like different phases of this nurture sequence. And this, I just find that this is so powerful because this is all automated now. Yes, it took me a little bit of time to set it up on the front end, and obviously this is where like the done with you or the done for you methods that we have within the school community can be really helpful. This is absolutely game changing to level yourself up against the rest of the Airbnb market and the short-term rental market. There's too many people that if Airbnb and Booking.com close their doors tomorrow, they would have no business. They wouldn't have a business at all. So what we are looking to do here is help you guys really build and systemize your business in the right way and automate these tasks and automate these things to allow you to level things up to the next level and really take the service accommodation business to the next level. And if this kind of thing is of interest to you and you want to really scale and level up your service accommodation business, stop treating it like a side hustle and start treating it like a business. In the school community, you can get a 7-day free trial, and within this time, I run group coaching calls every single week. I run 3 of them a week, and you'll be able to jump on some of these in your free trial, have a chat with me, learn the systems, understand some of the stuff in the back end, and then if you're interested in how to build that out even more and how to use that even more, then we can dive into how that works and what that looks like as well. So guys, I'm going to be posting so much more content on how to automate and scale up your service accommodation business, how to use AI in your service accommodation business. If you're interested in learning how I'm going to be using AI to reply guest messages, then you can click on this video here. But if you guys have got any ideas or there's any bits in your business that you want me to teach you how to systemize and do a YouTube video on that, then just let me know. All you need to do is put your ideas in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I'm launching new videos, and I will see you guys very soon.